So I could be like, what I'm sick and tired of are these grown men with these anonymous questions on IG.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about it. Yo, too old to be saying, write me anonymously. And don't take offense. It's all love. But
no, take offense.
It's all love, but like
y'all hating.
No, bro.
Everybody engaged and married. They can't get that little nasty question.
That's really what it is. That's really what it used. That's what it used to be.
Are you single?
Yeah, that's what it used to be. Well, what would you do if I was there right now?
Who are
you? Bro, I don't know. That's creepy vibes, bro. Ask you anonymously because you don't know who on the other side of the question,
bro.
It's a young man's sport.
That's what it is.
You really gotta rack your brain to be like, all right, who would have asked this question? Mm-hmm. I'm annoyed at this point. Mm-hmm. The fact that you asked me this question anonymously, you are another grown child.
Right. No, you know what they need to bring back? Remember, people would ask you a question on Facebook and you would post the answer with the number, so only they knew that you were. So you would be like, they'll be like, 8, favorite number 8. Are you single? And then you would respond, 8. I might be on like a post.
It's all game.
It's all game. We're out the game. We are out the game.
Yeah. Bro, I'm just saying, man. I've been seeing y'all going so hard on the anonymous, and I'm just like,
I just need y'all to stop hating. That's all I'm gonna say. Right. And let's go ahead and start the podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the Soundboard Podcast, episode 49.
49.
And we are back. Took a little hiatus.
A short one. Short
and sweet, because we hit that 10K.
Huh.
Oh, nah, bro. See what happened? Damn. See what happened when you prepare the others? The others don't be ready. We took a little break celebrating 10K. Boys had a lot going on. But welcome to the Soundboard Podcast. It's your man. Can I do my intro?
Oh, yeah, go on. My fault.
We were talking all over each other. It's your boy Dante, and I'm here with...
This is Coop.
It's your boy JJ.
And Big KJB in the mix.
We need to get it together. Hey, this is the Soundboard Podcast. We come together every single week to ask the question, am I tripping? Am I wrong? We give you a little look into our lives, and now we are a part of your soundboard. So you can ask us that question, and we will give you guys our opinion. Fellas, what up?
Bruh, happy to be back. It's been a long break. Your boy's a little rusty on the pod.
First of all, I ain't talked to none of y'all, so clearly we just
co-workers.
Y'all. We just co-workers.
I
seen Coop and I was like, dang, bro, I miss you, man.
But yeah, bro, I've been chilling. Big news.
Big news.
Casey turned 1.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Sound,
bro. I couldn't even believe it.
Wow.
Like, it doesn't seem like it's been a year.
Oh, it's been a
Where'd
year.
the time go?
I don't know, bro. She been out of key for a whole year.
Whoa.
I don't like how you said that.
Yeah,
bro. Like, in the world. Like, she been in the world.
I've never heard it framed like that.
Yeah. Out of a 9-month jail sentence.
My baby turned 1. And then also shout out to my brother-in-law. His birthday just passed. And we went down to Austin last weekend to celebrate that. Had a little yacht party.
Yacht party.
Little yacht on the lake.
Okay.
Because her cousin flew in from Miami. He's like, this is not a yacht.
It's always the people who come in from Miami. Because they already know how you do it.
Bruh, this is a lake. It's not going to be a Miami yacht.
How was it?
It was fun, bro. It was a good time. Usually I don't mind doing the music. But so her brother just turned 40. And then my sister-in-law was asking me to do the playlist. And I was like,
it's a different playlist.
We're different.
Coop want to play that gangster rap.
No, I'm saying 40 is so first of all.
What's 40? That's like, what, 8 years? Yeah. 8 years our senior?
It's a weird space.
8.5.
It's a weird space for me because her brother's 40, but he love you, bro. But you know that generation, they dressed like 2000s.
Yeah,
You wearing white tees.
like Nelly.
Yeah, it's a little bit baggier clothes, like taller tees, like. So I'm like, what does he want to listen to? Like on the boat, right?
Them franchise boys.
Yeah, you want to crank that?
So I started off old school, like
Okay.
all 2000 hits.
You can never go wrong with that.
Oh, I thought old school like Earth, Wind and Fire.
No, not
Yeah, that's
that old
what I
school.
thought.
But it's old school now.
Yeah, it is.
That's 20 years ago, dog.
It is old school.
Yes.
So I started off old school, then I went to the new music. It was cool. Then I played Beyonce, and everybody went crazy.
You play
Renaissance.
Renaissance?
No.
where she
You make me
Frankie Bell.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, so they're vibing.
Oh,
They
y'all
were
like Paradise.
the Oasis.
Bro, black people cannot resist doing the line dance.
Yeah.
If you put on anything they can electric slide to,
Yeah.
and then now they got the little quick foot one to Tamia or some,
I can't do it.
but that's what they like.
Yeah, so now I know next party that I go to where it's like 4 years up, I can do more like line dance type music.
Yeah, bro, that's all they want to do.
I thought by the looks of it, I didn't know I thought they wanted to lean with it, rock with it.
That boy Coop played Pretty Ricky. This really gonna mess him up.
But yeah, that's it, man. What's up with y'all?
Man, things have been good, bro. We took what? Oh, JJ's about to go. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you can go.
We real rusty.
Boys,
Yeah, we're ready. No, JJ, you can go. Ladies first.
Oh,
Oh, that's what we
disrespectful.
doing.
The fight is happening.
That boy been trying to fight since I got here.
Right.
Well, I'll go ahead and take that. This past weekend, man, we had an opportunity to shoot our engagement photos.
Come on, hit the buzzer.
Yeah, man. So we flew my cousin in town. She's actually our photographer. Shout out to her. And we shot photos outside.
It was hot.
It was hot, but the Lord blessed us. Okay,
Had a little overcast.
it's been 100 plus every day.
Yeah.
And then the day we went to shoot the photos outside, it rained. So it
Okay, so
rained
it's
earlier
cooler.
in the day, cooled everything
Yeah,
down.
dope.
What was the temperature?
When it rained, the temperature dropped down to like 90, 85.
That's
a little,
good for
that's a little
Texas.
blessing.
Bro, 90 from 105 is a
It's
is
been
a
like
difference.
110.
The God I serve
feel.
could have made it 70, 80.
Did you call on him? You could have called on him for your boy. So yeah, bro, that helped out tremendously. So the weather was in our favor. Even when we were shooting outside, we had a little wind gust. Like it was a breeze, so it helped with the day. Went smooth, bro. I think the photos, I haven't seen them yet. I saw a little preview of one.
I bet they dope, bro.
Looks really good. I'm excited to see.
Did y'all get video also?
No,
Oh, okay.
just the photos.
That's what's up. That's dope. Get this man out of here, bro.
It wasn't in the budget.
Right.
Oh, so did y'all have a real yacht?
Hey, did y'all have a real yacht? Talking about my photos.
When we did our photos, the guy brought his friend that was just getting into videography. So he saw us a free
that's
video, which was actually my favorite thing. But we wouldn't have had it if we couldn't pay for it. At the
Yeah,
time.
no, we didn't. We just, for the engagement, we just did the photos. For the wedding, we'll have
Y'all
a
have a video.
we'll have a videographer for the wedding too. So yeah, man, that was exciting. So I'm excited to see the photos and see what it looks like. But that was probably the highlight of the week for your boy.
Well, King, y'all are officially 53 days away.
Yeah, man.
Are you feeling a little
Feet check.
nervous?
Nah, man. Feet's good, bro.
Okay.
Feet's good, man. I'm excited. It's next month. I can finally
next
say
month.
your boy's getting married next month.
Hey man, that's real big.
It is real big, bro. It's reality setting in.
Is the walls closing in?
I think for the first time, bro, like 2 weeks ago, is when the gravity of everything started hitting. Like this is real.
Forever.
Forever, bro.
Ever.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited though.
You'll be
excited.
fine.
Can't wait, bro. Can't wait.
Marriage is easy.
It's
Look
a
at the
breeze.
statistics.
the easiest thing.
Only 50% of people get divorced.
Statistics. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Actually, man, things have been good, man. So Olivia and I took family photos with her family. So we just got the photos back, and they were really, really dope. And we actually just went to Oklahoma to drop off her nephew at college.
Exciting,
bro. So we took a little we took a little family vacation out to Oklahoma, and it was just dope, bro. Like we rode scooters around like OKC. We did all his school shopping.
What school is it?
So he's actually in this program where he's playing football and he's taking classes at a community college, and then he's going to transfer. He wants to transfer to a school like Langston.
Okay.
So the program is basically a program where you take those classes for a year while also playing football.
Oh, that's cool. I
And
didn't even know they had that.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
it's
a
actually
great
really
opportunity.
Yeah, it's actually really, really dope. Because think about it, if somebody want to continue training and getting ready for that, then he can get to try out for the team, and then.
So it's almost like a prep school.
It's almost like a prep. It's almost like a little prep in between,
which is good, bro. And side note, I mean, because I work for higher education.
Yeah.
But we've been seeing our enrollment numbers have been going down.
For real?
Yeah, they said that it's less people trying to get into higher education. I guess just with everybody since the pandemic and things happening and people are being more entrepreneurs and stuff like that, people are really trying to figure out what is the value in college. Well, and more so in higher education. Like maybe undergrad, still value in it, but like what's the value in continuing to get multiple degrees?
Like masters and
bro, I don't know, but it's looking real
flexing.
It's looking it's looking degree. It's looking real scary out here, bro. Have y'all seen the statistics on like these independent school districts?
Did you
like DISD? Nah, but I'm saying, now I got a daughter in school. We be having to look at this type of stuff.
So what happened? What happened?
So right now, DISD is down 1,000 teachers.
Oh yeah. Okay, from that.
They're down 1,000 teachers.
1,000?
Just imagine how that impacts the education.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Like so,
larger classrooms.
It's gonna have to be larger classrooms. So you got to think they're now taking high school kids and they're gonna have to low key teach them like college, because can't no one teacher be able to teach 60 students. So what you have is these students who are going to be going into college unprepared for college, which I think we're going to see an uptake in these kind of programs because they're going to need like that buffer year.
They need to pay. They need to pay teachers more.
They should.
See, if you get accepted into my neighborhood, the teachers will be paid well.
See, we know you elite.
Shoot out that gate code.
Yeah, we know you elite. So it was dope, man. We actually went out there, had some family time, got him all the stuff that he needed to be successful, and kind of just told him like, hey Neff, don't be out here rocking with bad people. Like, keep your eye on the goal. You're a student athlete. Like, this is, have fun, but also like this is life.
Keep the main thing.
If you have a baby, that's the quickest way to end back up in Texas.
Long story short.
Yeah, long story short.
Or not.
In summation. Or not.
Yeah.
Or I said, or be stuck in Oklahoma.
Yep.
You got to get you a job.
Yep.
And you got to try to make that work.
Yeah.
And so he understood. He was like, I hear y'all.
No,
I
he
hear
didn't.
y'all. I hear y'all.
He heard you, but he wasn't listening.
Well, let's hope.
Until them anonymous questions hit his head.
What would you do if I was there right now?
Yeah.
So it was actually fun. I for the first time, I got to I hung out with Olivia's family for the whole weekend, and I'm out there with my brother-in-law, the young cub. BJ, shout out to
that's what's up. Hey, hold on.
Shout out, he's the little brother of the podcast. So we in Oklahoma now. He a single young man. So BJ like, let me see what the city talking about. First of all, it's Oklahoma.
See the town,
not that much. Not that much, King. So he was like, hey, so we go eat with the family. We go have dinner. BJ's like, hey, man, I'm about to go see what this little spot talking about.
Did you go with him?
So I told Olivia, I said, I can't just be letting him be out here by himself. I can't let bro be out here by himself. That's not safe. I need to go with him.
You're a good brother-in-law.
That's what I said. So I texted Olivia when we got out. I said, I can't believe BJ drugged me out here.
I left my ring in the
car. No, I had the ring on, but it was just funny. So we out here, we vibing. Olivia's sister joins us, and we are just having an interesting night in Oklahoma.
You saw what the kids are up to now? What's going on in the streets?
Well, it was a lot. It wasn't kids. Them streets was full of old people, drunk old people, bro. So it actually was a lot going on, and we just had a good time. You know, some of us got a little more turned than others, but I have to tell y'all about that when the mics go off. I was like, ooh,
Oh yeah.
but it was good. It was good.
What's up with you, Justin?
Man, so I thought we were taking a break. We get to kick back, but I look back at my calendar. I had back-to-back weekends of weddings.
Dang, bro.
We in that season. Everybody want to get married. Either get married
What's
or
up
have
with
kids.
y'all?
That's what I'm saying. So I thought I was excited before, especially when it was us.
Yeah.
And then it started to dwindle.
Hey, fam, don't let it dwindle too much.
No.
You only got
I'm
we got
working
one
on
more.
it. I'm
we do
working
have
on
one
it.
more.
You only
Dang.
get so much excitement per year.
No,
I maxed out
bring it
excitement.
back.
No, I do have to reel it back. But yeah, weddings can be exhausting.
Yes.
Facts.
Like literally going to celebrate somebody and then the whole aspect of like, you know, you don't even really get to spend time with them.
Right.
So I'm
You just
spending,
going showing face.
I'm spending more time with the family who
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And talk about representation. Okay.
Oh,
I
this where
understand
you
a lot
come
more
from?
stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So man, yeah, like these weekends really just kind of drained me as far as that. It's like I don't want to go to any more weddings, but we do have a very special wedding coming up.
Do we? Yeah.
Yes. For a very particular bachelor.
Cool.
My brother JJ.
Oh.
So I'm gonna be the best man. So you know I gotta represent for that.
You can't. I just can't give up now.
I don't know that one.
You don't know that one?
Come on, bro. That's Mary.
Mary.
You still got my card, so.
Your black card. You definitely ain't getting it back at this rate.
I was gonna join you. I just can't really hit that note.
Yeah, I can't hit it either. So we got JJ's bachelor party.
Oh yeah,
coming
yeah.
up.
So getting ready for JJ's bachelor party, like that's what's been pushing me through.
I'll be honest though, in our group text, we basically decided that we weren't gonna do nothing. So I don't know what you preparing for.
I'll say this: Justin is the most organized man.
He is.
In the world.
He is. So you know what?
That boy got his draws sorted by color.
Hey,
Red, blue.
hey, you know what though? I love to see it.
Yeah.
I feel like in the past, dudes, you always seen girls like go all out, be super planners for like bachelorette parties and stuff like that. And lately, I've been a part of a lot of bachelor parties where like the best man legit be planning stuff to a T.
Yeah.
Like even just so I was messing with Justin. I said, you know, JJ went all out for yours, so you definitely gotta go all out for his.
Yeah.
I thought I did
And
a
I took
decent
this
job. I thought I did a
personally.
decent job
You
with the
take that
organization.
personally? It's a
No.
challenge.
JJ did a great job, but see, when stuff like that happened, the bar just keeps getting higher and higher, and then it's like, well, dang, the bar high now.
And that's the importance of picking a good best man. Because
That is true.
Even my brother Los, with my bachelor,
Oh, he did a great
years
job.
ago,
He did a
Them
great job.
boys had me in 2 sections on the same day. I was like, I'm too broke for this.
I was really impressed with the planning because I've never known him to be like a super planner like that.
even-
Because boys take those roles seriously.
They do. And even back then, I remember Lowe's being like, hey, I need y'all t-shirt size. We're going to wear the same t-shirts.
Yeah.
We got to go do this. We got to go do this. Boom, 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 boom.
That was a great time.
It was very well planned. And I love to see men taking seriously celebrating their brothers.
Right.
Because I don't think we typically saw that.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's really about. Essentially, you know what you want to see in the end results, and especially with a good group of guys, it makes it a lot easier. I will say no, at the end it's gonna be all good. In this process, though, what I do need is for people to read.
Don't look at me.
Reading is not fundamental.
Hey,
Don't look at me.
nah, this boy Justin turned into a gangster.
What do you say?
I didn't fill out the little form. That boy called me and said, link.
What, Dante?
I said,
yeah, you trash.
I said, what's up? He said, can you fill out the form for me, please?
Bruh, I didn't see the form.
I didn't see it
I
either.
kept going up. I could not find it. And then he resent the link. Then I just like filled it out. I filled it out wrong. And I had to refill it out again. But
It was
I
in
got it done.
section 2A.
Oh, that's organization.
Yeah,
Bro,
bro.
people really be doing this. In fact, somebody actually said that. Somebody was like, bro, this is one of the most organized.
Y'all just let me in. Let me see that.
Nah, you good.
No. Everything.
You'll see when we go to Bermuda.
Are you just going to tell him what to pack, basically?
Maybe.
We're just going to kidnap you.
Yeah.
Man, so
What do you want to see?
for The Bachelor,
Yeah.
I want to have a great time.
That's the all mic answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to have a great time.
Well, we'll make sure that happens.
Yeah. So y'all know last episode we talked about elitism in the black community.
Coop's racist.
This is when we found out Coop wants to live in a gated
Or
community.
rich.
Or whichever one you prefer.
Somebody poor touched me.
So we asked the question to the soundboard community: is elitism an issue within the black community? And we just want to recap to y'all some of the answers that were said. So we got one response from Say It Ain't Zoe. And he said, I only think it's an issue when you have no intention on sharing your resources. Unfortunately, the sad reality is there's going to be folks left behind and are comfortable where they are. They have no aspirations for more. Yeah, I thought that was good.
That was good.
Then we had another one from Junior is Blessed.
That's my boy.
Yes, sirs. And he says, black elitism, in my opinion, is a person of African descent who believe they are because they have... let me start this again. Black elitism, in my opinion, is a person of African descent who believe they are because they have access to people, places, and things. It's a mindset that can transfer to treating people who don't have access to what one has. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with having nice things, obtaining the degrees, traveling to resorts, etc. It's when you believe because you have a degree, you can treat those who don't with disgust.
He said going to resorts. I know y'all ain't thinking y'all better because y'all
It's all inclusive.
because y'all all go to these all-inclusive resorts. Y'all go on one cruise and all of a sudden
I'm elite.
Everybody,
I can't hang out with that boy.
best of the
I can't hang out with that boy no more because you know what I'm saying. I travel internationally, boy. You went to the Bahamas.
That boy ain't never been on a boat. But I think they both kind of said the similar things. Like, as long as you're not looking down on people because of their situations, there's nothing wrong with.
Right.
Yeah.
And using your resources to help uplift them, even to those point.
I don't
Even
know
though
if you have
some
to do
people,
that, but-
even though,
Oh, that's taking it too far.
I don't think it's a necessity.
even though some people want to be stuck the way you know what I'm saying, they want to
yeah.
be stuck where they are from a mentality perspective.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then we had one anonymous that texted in and said, it can be. I think it depends on the behavior and mindset of those considered elite. If you belittle and talk down to those who are considered beneath you and walk around with a stick up your behind. Then it becomes a problem.
Do people do that? Have y'all met black people?
With sticks?
Have y'all met black people that like? Have you ever met somebody who was black that y'all felt like kind of looked down on you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How was that experience? I can't think of one.
They seemed uppity, bro.
You're
Uppity,
the one who looked down.
uppity infinity.
Is that popcorn ceiling? I shudder at the thought.
Can I touch the ceiling?
Is that asbestos? I'm joking, guys. I had popcorn ceilings for a long time.
Not anymore.
Not
though,
anymore.
right?
Now you're elite.
Hey, I know plenty of people with popcorn ceilings.
I'm mad that popped into your head.
Looks up.
You ain't got no popcorn.
In that situation, I'm trying to think of specifically what it was.
Well, you was like, dang, bro, you talking down?
Nah, bro. It's like somebody. It feels like somebody's uppity. Like they're too good. They make you feel less than. So in that moment, I'm like, bro, you think you're better than the population of people?
Right. Right.
Based off of what?
I you know what? I guess I will say, like, I met somebody who, you know, when I told them we had a podcast, they said, keep grinding. I guess that could be a form of black elitism.
I can't remember specifically. I remember it wasn't to me, but I remember when I was in college, me and my brother were in college, and this one guy, then he was asking my brother, like, what he's doing or whatever, and my brother told him, and he's like, well, how old are you? And my brother was probably like 1 year behind because he went to prep school. And the guy was like, well, what have you been doing with your life?
Whoa!
I was like, what? But it was a black guy. But
Is he still alive?
The guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was our age.
Well, no, I know how bro like to handle stuff. I know my boy. Let me tell you who somebody don't have time for the riffraff. He don't be having time for the riffraff.
Yeah, bro.
That's why I stay on his good side.
Yeah, but we appreciate all the sound offs. Make sure to keep sending those in.
Yeah, and if you want to hear us talk about that in more detail, go back and tap into episode 48.
Okay, so while we were gone, some big things happened. What the world has been waiting for.
Tiptoe anticipation, as they say.
So we talked about the slap heard around the world a couple episodes ago. And we finally get to hear from the slapper.
The Fresh Prince.
Have we heard from the slappy?
No.
Nah, but
He
we heard,
declined.
He declined.
but we
Okay.
heard from his brother. And his brother
Smoke,
said,
Smoke.
Sounding off,
his
yeah.
brother said that we got brothers and sisters, it's 10 of us, and we will whoop yo. He basically said, you slapped the wrong one.
Okay, so we're going to play a small clip of the infamous Will Smith's apology.
What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself. Right? I'm human.
I don't know if it's just me.
Where's Charlamagne?
or
You need him.
if it's John,
Yeehaw.
but I can't decipher if he's acting or if that is genuine.
It sounded like he was reading it.
First of all these pauses was pissing me off. I respect Real for apologizing publicly.
Right.
But yeah, first of all, first thing is stop talking so slow.
Right.
Second thing is I have a question for y'all. He said he's trying to be remorseful without being ashamed, right? And so I immediately thought, is that the right way to go about it? Do y'all feel like shame is a wasted emotion, or do you think shame is necessary in order to grow?
So this is the thing. And in fact, his whole statement was kind of confusing to me. So I had to go look up remorseful, because I was like, him saying I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed was confusing. So remorseful meaning sorry. So essentially he said, I'm sorry, but I'm trying not to be ashamed. And I think you should be ashamed. Like, you got in the middle of, you know how people be like, we at these white folks things, and you want to act like this. Jay-Z and Beyonce come out the house for two things.
Yeah.
Beyonce and Hope sitting here, and I bet they was like, this is ghetto.
Right.
But you should.
they there?
Yeah, they were there.
Oh, yeah.
He should be ashamed. Like, you got up and slapped this man in the middle of an award ceremony. Like, you did something. One, it didn't have to be handled that way. I mean, you stood up for your wife. Kudos. But like, it didn't have to be handled that way. So him saying, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be ashamed, I think you should be ashamed, because oftentimes when you are ashamed about something, it's a part of the process of you learning the lesson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
don't try to, you did the action, now learn the lesson. And like, you did it. Take hold of that lesson. Like, you should be ashamed.
That's good. What do you think, JJ?
I think that shame it's okay if you feel shame immediately, because it's like you're humiliated by something. That action that he did is humiliating. It's the slap heard across the world. Do I think it's necessary for growth? I think that it can help facilitate growth, but I think oftentimes shame does the opposite. I think it inhibits growth. I think that when people are filled with shame, most of the time, that shame causes them to be stuck.
Right.
And it causes them to either move in a different direction.
It stunts their growth, basically.
It stunts their growth. Yeah. I don't think that it's necessarily necessary. I don't think it's necessarily necessary for growth. I think that you can be remorseful, which is like you could be sorry. Without the shame aspect of it. Primarily, I look at that like through the lens of a spiritual context, right? Like through my faith. I will say that as a Christian, I look at shame as like, I believe Jesus died on the cross for our sins, right? So like there's not more condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. So I can feel sorry for something, I can feel guilty for something, but I don't have to have the shame that's associated with it. That shame prohibits me from like being able to move on and move forward. And so my take on it is like, the remorse is needed for growth. The shame stunts the growth. So you don't have to live there. You can acknowledge it like, hey, there's shame. Maybe think of through the reason why why you even feel shame. Like where's this guilt coming from? Address that, but not necessarily the shame aspect of it. Leave that behind.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a valid point, JJ. I guess I didn't. So I'm thinking about it in perspective of like you should be ashamed, but also you shouldn't allow that to like move on from it. Right. Like be ashamed, like you did do it.
Just don't stay there.
Just don't stay there.
That's my point.
Acknowledge it, and then move on.
Cause I think shame is something. I think this sounds crazy, but shame is a useful tool.
You believe so?
Yeah, because after you're ashamed of something, I think it could be used for you not to want to feel that way again.
Or do it again.
Yeah, or do it again. So people that are shameless, I don't think that's necessarily a good thing all the time. Every situation is different, but shameless people are usually kind of, off the rails or something.
So I feel like shame is a projected emotion. Like it's not, I don't necessarily find situations where you feel like I'm ashamed of myself per se. Shame is more like other people say that you should be shamed. Yeah. And it's like, oh, now I realize this. But like, if I feel like ashamed is just regular disappointment. Like you can adjust how you are internally without feeling shame. So I feel like when we use shame, it's like, okay, you should feel this way.
Right.
So it's really just placing the expectation on somebody else versus internally you just dealing with whatever.
So that's the world putting it on you. That's not you putting it on yourself, basically.
Yeah. I mean, granted, also I come from a different level of, I guess, confidence per se. I don't necessarily feel a certain level of shame.
Justin
is shameless.
So
Are you off the rails?
even in this situation, like I'm very much a person like you did what you did type thing. Like you're cognitive.
Right.
You took multiple steps to get to that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you didn't black out. This wasn't a psychotic element type thing.
blacked out, but
You didn't black
He ain't stumble. He ain't miss. He connected.
He didn't miss.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So for you to say, you want to be remorseful without the shame, like if anything, you got to take both. The shame is the public part of it type thing. You did this action in public.
Right.
If this was you slapping yourself at home type thing, cool. You can just feel remorseful. I
know
hurt
a lot of people that
myself.
slap themselves. You heard? And they feel shame after.
Hey, I would have respected Will more if it could have been a 1 minute video.
What is that?
I slapped that man.
I shouldn't have done it.
I shouldn't have did it.
But I did.
But I did.
In the moment, I was pissed off. Somebody was talking about my wife. I felt some kind of way. I apologize, bro. When you want to talk about it, hit me up.
There we go.
And that's what you have to say. That whole 5-minute long video
Didn't need to be on the internet, though.
It was the shot of him. You know how the room was set up, the camera already playing, and he goes and sits down.
It's the dramatics.
It's the dramatics for me, bro. Like you should have just been like, yeah, hey, I did it. I'm sorry.
Does it make you feel like he's only ashamed because of the reaction from the world?
But I think that goes back to what Justin said.
Yeah.
The world put the
it
shame on him.
He don't really feel, so he ain't really remorseful.
He can be remorseful too, but the shame part might come from how the world reacted. I bet.
But I mean, he spoke to it. He said his disappointment is his central trauma.
He did.
Yes,
he says disappointed. He did say central, and so I know that was a big thing for him.
And to that point, is that something that y'all relate to? Disappointment being a central trauma, not necessarily a trauma, but you feeling the need to make everybody proud of you. Like how has that affected you in your life? Has it hindered you or has it pushed you forward?
Well, I would love to speak on me, but Dante spoke on me yesterday.
What you mean?
Regarding this and just talking about
It's good
good to have people in your circle
So look.
who will not hold back.
So this is the thing.
Yeah.
I think we have all reached a point in our relationship where we can tell each other the truth. I done came in here on many occasions and y'all done told me about myself on mic and off mic. But on plenty of occasions, Coop be leading the charge. So
I care the most.
Thought they've been keeping notes. Yeah, I'm about
So
to fire them up.
I feel like we're at a point to where we can do that. So JJ and I were in a session. We were doing a icebreaker. You had to pick somebody to talk about on the icebreaker. I said that I picked JJ. I'm like,
You know why he picked me?
Why?
Because Dante always has it out against me.
no, I picked JJ because I love
I
him.
can't wait for y'all to fight.
So I picked JJ, and the question was, what is something that is essentially a challenge for JJ?
Oh, what is something that I need to let go
What is
of?
something that he needs to let go of? Now, I already knew what I wanted to say in the beginning, but you got to make it seem reflective.
Bro, he paused. Dante paused for like 15 seconds.
I was like, And a part of that was like, how can I say this
Without being offensive?
without being offensive? Because that's never my goal to be
Without
offensive.
being Will Smith.
I wanted to be sorry, but I didn't want to be ashamed of how I brought it up.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, I think one of the things that JJ needs to let go of is just caring so much about what people think about him or like the moves that he's making. I feel like he takes other people's feelings about what he should be doing as a grown man into consideration more than he should. And I don't want that for him because I would say JJ makes great decisions, but I see him like battling with it because he don't want to let nobody down. So I said, bro, forget what them folk think.
And what JJ say? Were you
I was trying to speak
offensive?
I was trying to speak
No,
lightly.
I was not
Defensive?
offensive. No, I wasn't. I appreciated it. I'd say it's accurate. So I can relate to what Will Smith is saying about disappointment. I don't know if I would relate that for me personally back to
trauma.
like trauma,
Yeah.
but
Trauma's
maybe.
strong.
Yeah, it's a strong
And I think it's a word we throw out there all the time.
Yeah,
now.
all y'all got
everything
trauma.
is everything is trauma.
Yeah.
But I do relate. But I do relate to like the disappointment in others. So that is something internally that I do that I struggle with, and that's looking to appease other people or looking for other people, not trying to disappoint people. And so even after that conversation, I even reflected back to it as like, I know growing up for me, I always tried to not to disappoint my parents.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like even then, I think that just filtered into other areas of my life. So it affects how sometimes I make decisions.
Right.
And then when I do make those decisions, what comes with that, right? And like the disappointment. But yeah, to your point, it shouldn't matter. It's easier said than done for me.
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's a real thing. Even with like Casey, I was reading books on like rearing children or whatever, and they were talking about how when you're growing up, your parents always tell you how proud of you they are, right? And they're like, you shouldn't. That's fine to say that, but they're saying the more important thing is to say you must be so proud of yourself.
Yeah.
So then make sure that they take their self pride.
Look at that. Yep.
So
You should be
they're-
disappointed with yourself.
So you're trying. So they try to work hard to make themselves proud instead of looking for that. What's the word? Affirmation from other people.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, even if you look at that, right? So even kind of taking it back to Will Smith, basically him saying that is saying that however Chris Rock, whatever joke he said, now he's thinking about who could he be disappointing in this by not responding.
Right.
That's what it came.
And
That's
so
the
now if he
point.
sits down, he could be disappointing his wife. So
Yeah.
now I got to act on this. Now you're making decisions based on other people. Just because you don't want to disappoint other people, this is not good for you. It's prohibiting you.
But
from,
you know what? In all that, at the end of the day, somebody gonna be disappointed.
Definitely.
Somebody would have been disappointed because everybody would have got on there and said, I couldn't have been me. I ain't gonna let nobody talk bad about my wife and not handle the situation. So if he would have did nothing, he would have disappointed people. And then him going up there, slapping this man on national TV was also disappointing people.
Yeah.
So you kind of, you.
Nah, but I mean, like, what's worse, disappointing other people or disappointing yourself?
Disappointing.
I'm
yourself.
saying either way, you saying his action was could have potentially been driven by not wanting to disappoint his wife. Either way, he ended up disappointing people.
Yes.
And
By either action.
And I think I said this when we talked about this before, and I talked to my cousin Block about this, and he brought up a good point. He's like, as a man, you need to have your code. So that way, you know, whatever you do, even if it's wrong, I'm sorry I did that, but that's
cold.
that's how how I'm gonna react. Like that's me now. You know what I'm saying?
You say something stupid, you're gonna get slapped.
Hey, we'll walk in the back before we start the awards. If anybody got anything to say about my wife, y'all know what I did to Chris.
But at that point, I feel like if you live by a code, you can feel remorse. Like, I'm sorry I had to do that to you.
You forced my hand.
You basically made me do it.
You did this to yourself.
You made me do this to
But
you.
I think if you have your code, it's like, I'm not ashamed because this is, y'all know how I live. This is how it is. I'm not ashamed. This is me. I'm sorry I had to do that to you, but that's me.
You have to make an example. See, because I gave you an inch and you took a mile. Bro, so that's the thing. I think everybody to a certain extent cares about what people say. To a certain extent, I would say I care. But the difference is I take what people think into consideration. I don't take it to heart.
Yeah.
So like
That's
I can hear it. I could even say, you know what, that could be right. Or, hey, I understand where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, the heart says you're not in my situation. You are not having to deal with the emotions that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And so I hear what you're saying. I hear you when you say I should do it like this. I should respond like this. And I'm thankful for that.
Right.
And how you feel. Thank you for being a part of council. But I'm not taking that to heart.
Because bottom line, bro, even if you leave it up to other people, their opinions will change.
Yes.
So they can feel one way one week, and the next week or
Well,
next
I
month.
said you should have checked them, but I ain't say slap them.
Right. Who
But
draws
I'm saying,
the line?
like, to y'all's earlier points, there's going to be disappointment because everybody changes.
Right.
You can't control that. It's out of your control.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mean, taking your power back. That's really what it comes down to. You got to realize that early. As someone who disappointed their family very early on in life,
He's too excited about this.
it's mindset. Like I disappointed my family way too early in my life. So it was like, okay, at a certain point, to Chris's point, like I had a certain code about myself. I'm not worried about necessarily external disappointment. It's about the internal like agreements that I make with myself.
Right.
If I put my name on something and it doesn't go well, then I'm disappointed in myself.
Right.
I can put disappointment on other people, but what does that do for me?
Right.
Nothing at all.
Right.
But also like setting a high bar and a low bar type thing. Like, okay, I'm not gonna be disappointed in myself that like, all right, I just want to give up on something.
Right.
All right, tomorrow's a new day.
Right,
That
right,
didn't
right.
work out. Cool. I'm not about to have regrets over it. What can I do differently?
Right.
It's a mindset that really helps like curb a lot of level of disappointment. But you're going to disappoint people. You're going to disappoint yourself.
Right.
You can't just stop there.
Right.
So go ahead and get that out the way.
You're going to slap them and then feel bad and then move on.
Just don't do no 5-minute video when you apologize. 'Cause we don't really need that.
That's good. Another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about is, so I told y'all I went on a trip to Austin, right?
Yes, sir.
On the yacht.
On the yacht.
That
Air
boy was on a
quotes.
double decker boat bus.
Party boat. So Kiana, I was talking to Kiana, right? And she has I think this is a very normal thing for mothers and daughters to get, like, to have their differences, right? And she was basically telling me, I feel like my mom picks on me, right? And she was like, and you're there when she picks
And you sitting over there looking at her pick on me.
Cooper's like, when does this happen?
She picking on you, not my baby.
my baby is very sensitive, right? And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. She has a sensitive soul.
Yeah.
But her mom is, I don't know if she's kidding or she's a mom. Like,
Direct.
she's direct and she's gonna say what's on her mind.
Matter of fact.
And she might say it in a way that she's trying to seem like it's a joke, but it's not funny, so it's not a joke.
The content.
Ain't nobody laugh.
Nobody's laughing except for her. It's that awkward haha laugh.
She don't feel shame.
She does not feel shame. And Key was like, why do you not defend me when my mom is picking on me? Right? And to me, I'm like, that's not my place, because although when you get married, you're one, we're all a family. That's my in-laws. But that's your mom. Like, that's your mom. Like, you know how to deal with her or whatever. So I ended up saying, hey, I can't stand up for you because, one, when it comes to like bullying, like, I don't have a lot. Like, I might go too far with your mom.
And now we can't go to Thanksgiving dinner.
You don't want
Now
that.
who gonna watch Casey?
So, the way to deal with the bully is to
Fight back.
punch them in their nose, right? And this could be verbally. So I was like, all you have to do is whenever she says something you don't like, say something more about her.
This is the advice you gave your wife?
This is the thing, because then they'll stop.
That boy Coop
You
said,
got a one word?
Coop said fight back.
All you gotta do is fight back one time and they go stop, bro. But then Key took it too far.
She took your advice to heart.
Bro, so as soon as we get to the house and Austin, her mom was there. She says something so little to Key, like, I know you don't got my grandbaby in those clothes. And she said something like, I know you ain't have no man at your house. I was like, and she's like, nah, my boyfriend was over there. It was like a long time ago, whatever, because we found some beers. I was like, whose beers in your mama's refrigerator? And she basically was like, no, he was over here, whatever. But I was like, he went to 100, like real quick. So basically, I was like, I can't defend you, but I can tell you how to defend yourself. The best way I know how. Might not be right or wrong. But
Let's just say more.
my question to y'all is, as a husband, as a fiance, soon to be husband, all the rest of us are married, ring gang.
Yeah.
How much do you intervene in your wife's family affairs, like on your in-law side? Is that your responsibility as a husband, or do you let your wife handle her own business?
I'll let the people with seniority go first.
You know, since I've been married almost 3 months, I haven't had to deal with this. Like, I haven't had to deal with that, but I would think that, now that Olivia's under my headship, if you will,
Not the headship.
we supposed to be. We supposed to
Like
be.
a great ship.
Shut up!
Bro, that ship.
We are supposed to be one now. So,
Right.
in the faith it says you guys go from 2 to 1.
Right.
So you disrespect me, you disrespect me. Now, I don't think you have to get disrespectful in how you come back, but I do think
So I gave bad advice.
I do think you could say, I do think there's nothing wrong with not checking, but like kind of checking in the situation, like, hey, hey mom, calm down on my baby. Like,
Oh,
I can
Like, calm
recall
down.
a great example of Dante checking someone. He said, yes.
that was his own family though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
was
wasn't
his own
in-laws. That was his family.
yeah, but you'd be able to check anybody. So I think the thing is, you should, now that we are one, like, if you're trying to disrespect Olivia, I should be, as her man, should come in and be like, I should feel comfortable being like, hey, like, calm down. Like, we either could handle this a different way, or like, change your tone, please.
What you mean handle it a different way? What you mean by that?
Not like fight, bro.
We can take it to the street.
Not fight, but like change your tone. Like watch how you
Or
handle
what?
it. Watch how
Now what you gonna do? Now what you gonna do?
like watch how you handle it. So it's so funny. It's so funny that y'all bring that up, because I was talking to my homeboy the other day, and he's about to have his first child, and somebody kind of told him like, hey, be careful about letting your parents watch your child. He's gonna have a daughter. And he was like, why? And they were like, because they may try to parent different than you.
Oh, it's a real thing.
And he was like, oh no, I'll handle that. And I said, bro, what you mean? He said, bro, at the wedding, I put my foot down with everybody and told them.
He said- he
made an announcement?
Yes, he said to his parents and her parents.
This is a vow?
But he basically said, hey, in the Bible it says that a woman should leave her family and come to me. I should leave my family and go to. This is our new family, and so what we got going on over here, y'all can keep all that over there. And I said, bro, you really said that? And he was like, I did, because I needed to. He said, bro,
Where's the video?
no, bro, no. He said,
Hey y'all, I know I'm marrying your daughter.
he said he needed to set the tone.
They'd be so tough in their stories. Like when they
Be like, man,
that nigga ain't really like that.
Hey, but knowing him, I believe he did it. And he was dead serious. He was
Yeah.
like, bro, I just had to set the tone. Like, he was like, we don't have those kind of problems because I set the tone early on that this is our marriage.
Okay.
Like, y'all can keep all that over there.
Other married man in the
Yeah,
room.
it's a little bit different because this is a level of sensitivity. So I have to defer essentially to my wife to understand, like, all right, do you want to handle the situation?
Yes.
That's probably my first level of step, because depending on the situation, especially if it's verbal, I can be a verbal shooter.
That's the thing.
I can dead the situation,
Yes.
but you got to live in this.
Yeah.
It's your mom.
Yes. So that's really just getting an understanding, like, okay, is there a peaceable way to go about this type of thing? Especially if we're dynamic with, like, mother and daughter type thing. Like, this
Yeah.
has been your whole life type thing.
Yes.
Don't drag me into this situation now. You've been bullied for 30 years. Like,
Keep being bullied.
yeah. You comfortable here, obviously.
Yeah.
She's looking for a savior.
She wants to be saved.
I mean, so I would have to do my best type thing. I have no problem having a conversation with somebody, like addressing it. So I'm not necessarily conflict avoidant. So
Okay.
I'll just be like, hey, this is
Hey, y'all
what's
hear
been
that
said.
noise?
Like, this is what we talking about right here, and like, no, let's nip this in the bud.
Right,
if
right.
we can't,
Right.
all right, cool. You're choosing conflict, but I would do my due diligence to have a conversation
Okay.
before we get to the other end.
Right. And I think it's all about, like, right place, right time. Like, y'all be trying to do stuff at Thanksgiving dinner, and that's not the time to do that. Like, y'all be trying to bust her. What was saying? Hey, bro.
Yeah.
We about to cut the turkey. So I think it's about how you do it. And even if it's not a parent, sometimes it's a sibling.
It's siblings, yeah.
Sometimes it's a sibling. To be honest, siblings be more comfortable than
Thank God.
than parents.
Her brother's cool.
Sometimes it's a sibling.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think, JJ? As a
Coming
man
into
going,
a family with a lot of in-law siblings.
I think it's a delicate situation. So I think that I try to stay out of family affairs as much as possible.
Good luck.
Right. Well, I mean, like, to a certain extent, right? So like,
Right.
if you got something going on with your siblings, then I'll let y'all handle that. If you got something going on with a parent, I'll let you handle that. Unless, to your point, Coop, unless she's been expressed, like maybe it's repeatedly, like, hey, I feel like I'm getting bullied.
yeah.
Then it comes to like a matter of like understanding, because understanding how the family communicates.
Right.
Because my communication within my family may be different from how you communicate with your
Right.
family. Y'all may communicate like more direct. I may have more conflict. I may have more disagreements. What is the real issue here, right? And I think from there, it's just for me utilizing my ability to be able to be a peacemaker.
Emotional intelligence.
Right. Like, nah,
It's a
for real,
coaching
like I
session.
think I can. It is.
So
I
I'm
think-
emotionally unintelligent.
Nah, bro. I just think
Young LeVon Zan over here.
I just believe.
Beloved.
I believe there is a way. I believe there's a way to handle there's a way that you can handle a situation without having it to be super conflict.
Escalated.
Yeah, to be escalated.
Which is what I did.
You fueled
I tried to
the
escalate
flame.
it until the
I try to.
burns down.
Coop trying to burn that whole
I'm
house
trying to
down.
put water on the flame. Coop trying to add gas.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's just a matter of like, all right, I probably can see both sides. So let me try to intervene and bring some neutrality to the situation.
Yeah.
JJ's really good at being partial.
Really is.
Yeah, I'm a mediator.
Oh, I'm not gonna let him do that. That's not a thing.
What you mean?
You have to be on your wife's side.
Yeah, that's what I can't be partial in that situation.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta.
My partiality comes to how far do you want me to go?
I'm not
Right.
being in the middle person. I'm being in this particular setting, argument, whatever's going on. I'm just trying to de-escalate it.
Okay. But she's gonna say, you're supposed to be on my side. Why you?
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
no. Let that king be partial.
I feel like
as soon as they get in that car, because you know what? No.
Yeah.
You can stay here with my mama.
Yeah.
'Cause you on her side.
it's not even that, bro. It's not even that. It's like I feel like I can take her side and still articulate that from
That's
like
true.
a mediator
That's true.
standpoint.
Yeah.
Partially because if I 100% take her side, to y'all's point, how are we going to move on beyond here?
Well, I just want to say this.
Because most of the time in the moment it's emotional. Y'all hiding.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm not in
That's
it.
true.
I can see it. So I can take your side and then
gonna be so
we can-
much fun.
We can escalate this.
So wait. Do
Babe, you
take
getting really emotional right now.
Okay, so wait. So wait, do you take your woman's side when she's wrong?
In public, yes.
Yeah.
You take her side when she's wrong in
Yes,
public?
and I will fight everybody in this room for being wrong. I will be fighting.
So I'm back.
This guy is yellow.
So
Stop playing with me. Stop playing. You heard what you said.
So I will say, with having a 16-year-old daughter and Olivia, it'd be going back and forth all the
I
time.
can only imagine.
It'd be World War III every other day, and so one minute they're friends, another minute they sworn enemies. And I saw my sister and my mom do this exact same thing.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes I have to tell Olivia, like, because I'm gonna check Jaden. That's easy. But I also have to go in there and be like, Olivia, you need to go apologize.
It's
to your
after the
daughter.
fact.
But it's after the fact.
Yeah. It's after the fact. Like I'll be like, hey, so Jaden, I'm gonna check her in the moment.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Yeah.
Because this is my
You're
wife.
being disrespectful.
Yeah. Because this is my wife. You can get up out. You get up out of here.
Don't be that stepdad.
No.
You Melvin. Baby boy.
No, but I'll be able to check her. But I'll be having to tell Olivia, like, Olivia, go in there and apologize. Like, you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, okay. Go in there and apologize. But I actually want to hear what our soundboard has to say about this. Have you ever had to check a parent or a sibling over your boo?
Right.
Like, do you believe that you should check them, or should that be something that they handle because it's their family? We're going to drop this at the Soundboard Podcast on our IG page, and we want to hear from y'all. If you don't feel comfortable,
It might have to be anonymous.
It can be
if you
anonymous.
don't feel comfortable because
just
you
going
want
down that timeline.
because you want to use some what is it?
Expletives.
Expletives.
Then DM us. It shouldn't have took me that long to get that word out. DM us and we will keep it anonymous. But I really want to know, like, do you have a story where you have to check somebody, like a family member, over your boo? And do you feel like you should, or is that you should just leave that to their family? Let us know at the Soundboard Podcast on IG.
Yeah, bro. And I think that's time for the soundbite of the week.
Yes, sir. And the soundbite of the week is a segment that we have where we try to give you a little gem, something to drop for the week to keep you going, to keep you motivated, give you some insight and some perspective. So the soundbite of the week this week is, it always seems impossible until it's done. I'm going to say it again for Dante.
I didn't even ask this time.
It always seems impossible until it's done.
Yeah, bro.
No, bro, that's good. You think about it like this. I was just watching. I don't know what it was, but it was a track meet event, and it was the
mile.
It was everyone around the world.
Oh,
No, I don't know what
The
exactly
Olympics?
it was.
Olympics?
I don't think it was the Olympics. It was the summer.
it was
everyone
Worlds.
around the
Summer
world.
Olympics. Was it the Summer Olympics?
No. It was
was
a
track.
Worlds event.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
like everybody.
Yeah.
But a black guy from the U.S. broke a world record.
The 400.
And he broke the 400 and he broke the world record, and he was like really hype about it. And it just really made me think that like this record has been broken so many times like before. And so at one point people legit thought it was impossible to do that until it's done. So if you out there working on some, don't believe what people say. Just keep grinding it out.
In fact, let me bring you some more track knowledge.
Go ahead.
I wish I remember the guy's name. So people thought it was impossible to run I want to say it was
a
a
mile.
sub 4 minute mile or something like that. And it had stood for like hundreds of years. Like it was from Greece time, whatever. Until one year somebody broke the record. And then I want to say 6 more people broke his record
After that.
And that record has stood the test of time for like hundreds of years.
Because, bro, I really think what it is if you tell people that it can't be done, a lot of times people are going to believe it.
Right.
But then when people see that it's possible, it pushes them to say, oh, well, if he can do it with his bummy self, I know I can.
What they say? The sky's not the limit, it's just the view.
You know what that tells me? That dream that you have, it is not impossible.
Yeah.
And that's the soundbite of the week.
Hey, Hey man, don't forget, go follow us on IG at the Soundboard Podcast. That is the community that we've been building for over a year and a half. That's where we go, and that's also where you can find out what we have coming up next. Also, guys, we're going into the second part of the year. We are still trying to do stuff. We are trying to plan some type of meetup. I don't know, y'all. Some of y'all, monkeypox is real.
Yeah, it's a lot going
and
on.
COVID is real.
Thank God for excuses.
So we trying to see about that. If the streets calm down, we gonna plan a little outing because we do want to meet y'all in person. Hey guys, if you want to keep up with me, you can follow me at Dante Speaks Life. That's DONTAE Speaks Life.
If you want to keep up with your boy JJ, it is _ Jeremy J.
And if you want to follow Coop, it's at @thisiscoop_.
All things Big KJB at Just a Fiasco.
Not all things.
And we out.
Peace.